Thank you very much. Please, let's take our seats. I was at a meeting in Naivasha a few days ago. I don't know why consistently I'm pretending to be a linguist. So in this meeting in Naivasha, there was written on the wall, competency-based education. And I was asking whether it was competence or competency. I was later told that it was competency was right. Now, my good friend Musalia has also said something which I want to ask her whether it is the correct one or not. He has said, I'm requesting you to be uprising. And I was wondering whether it should be upstanding or uprising. Well, uprising looks like a riot. Honorable Martha Koome, Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court, members of the judiciary, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, today, Kenya stands before the international community not merely to endorse a candidature, but to strengthen the cause of international justice by presenting one of our most accomplished and distinguished jurists, the Honorable Lady Justice Susan Njoki Ndung'u, as Kenya's candidate for election as judge of the International Criminal Court for the year 2027-2036 term. In presenting her candidature, we affirm our belief in a rules-based international order, the independence of the judicial institutions, and the universal principle that justice must remain fair, impartial, and accessible to all nations and to all peoples alike. Ladies and gentlemen, the ICC occupies a singular place in the architecture of global justice. It exists because humanity resolved that genocide, crimes against humanity, war crimes, and aggression must never be normalized. It exists because the global community agreed that the gravest crimes known to humankind must never go unanswered simply because perpetrators possess political, military, or economic power. But the authority of such a court ultimately rests on one thing: legitimacy. And legitimacy depends on fairness, adherence to evidence, consistency, universality, and equal application of the law, and unwavering judicial independence. International justice cannot endure if it is perceived as selective or preferential. No global institution can command confidence if justice appears vulnerable to geopolitics or unequal power relations. This is not because institutions are invaluable, but because civilization depends on institutions capable of defending the weak against the powerful, protecting victims against impunity, and ensuring that no one stands above the law. Kenya supports an international criminal justice system grounded firmly on judicial independence, procedural fairness, impartiality, integrity, and fidelity to the Rome Statute. We support a court that commands confidence, not through coercive authority, but through the quality, fairness, and credibility of its decisions. We support a court that remains attentive to victims, affected communities, and national jurisdictions under the principle of complementarity. And we support a court that recognizes that international justice and domestic justice systems must work in mutually reinforcing ways. For far too long, Africa has stood at the center of global conversations on conflict, accountability, displacement, democratic transition, and peace building. Our continent understands deeply the consequence of impunity, political violence, terrorism, and institutional fragility. But Africa has also produced some of the world's most important lessons in constitutional reconstruction, democratic renewal, restorative justice, institutional reform, and peaceful coexistence. Africa, therefore, cannot remain merely the subject of international justice. Africa must help shape international justice. And I believe firmly that the candidature of Lady Justice Njoki Ndung'u is going to achieve this end. I have listened very carefully to her statement. And I thought I was persuaded that she was the right candidate. But after listening to her, I am even more persuaded that we have the right candidate. I knew she was good, but now I can confirm that she is the best. And she has lived what I believe in, that leadership and any leader must be judged by their track record and their vision. I have listened very carefully to the track record of Njoki Ndung'u, and I have carefully also listened to her vision about what she wants to do at the International Criminal Court. And they are persuasive, coherent, and meaningful. And therefore, at a very personal level, on behalf of the government of Kenya, you have our endorsement, support, and we are going to campaign for you. Whether at the ICC, the United Nations Security Council, the Bretton Woods institutions, or the wider architecture of global governance, decisions affecting African peoples and African realities must increasingly include African voices, African experience, and African leadership.